I'm really excited. So I wanted to make a video. I'm just in a good mood. I don't really know why. I biked for like 9 miles today and I collected seeds and I got errands done and it was just a really productive, good day. I found an aquarium on the street and it had a glass bottom and I turned it upside down. I brought it home in my yard and put it above some little seedling starters. So now I have like a makeshift miniature movable greenhouse and I love it. And I got my new planter going also, and just everything's making me happy. It's one of those days where like even things that go wrong, like I lost my phone today. I don't even care. Nobody's trying to call me anyway. What do I care? Yeah, but everything. I found this jar at the thrift store and it was $1. It's so big and beautiful and it's going to be perfect for either germinating beans or making kombucha or maybe brewing some apple cider vinegar or making a tincture. I don't know what could go in here. Many, many things, many good things. I love it. And what else do I love? I love my castor beans. I got these today and plus like 6 more pounds of them from these trees that grow by a lake that I know of, and I went down to collect them by myself and I was proud of myself for just spending time alone and not feeling awkward. And sometimes it's hard for people to spend time just, on their own and feel comfortable and not bored and not self-conscious, but it was nice and I liked it and I was happy. And they have this weird situation where you pull this out and sometimes they explode, sometimes they don't. This one didn't. But they separate and then you can see that this comes out and it's this pretty little bean that's like this nice tiger's eye. It's like a silver and black. You can't see because the camera's so crappy, but yeah, I love these things. They're really pretty. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm thinking about buying a manual oil presser online, and if I do, I'll be able to make castor bean oil, sunflower seed oil, peanut oil, all these things I can do myself. We have a black walnut tree. I could make walnut oil. Who knows? Pumpkin seed oil, all kinds of oil. Delicious. And yes, I want to start doing everything myself. That's the goal, Everything that you buy at the store, or everything that is important and essential, those things you can do yourself. So that's what I want to do. I would like to make my own oils, make my own hummuses, grow my own vegetables, make my own juice, all that stuff. Do it myself. Yes, yes, yes. So I have all these little doties now. I will show you them. Ah, yes. And maybe I can post a photo because I know that you definitely can't see their beauty. Need like a DSLR to capture this, but they have this really interesting pattern and I like them very much. And they're these cute little beans and I like them a lot, and I'm going to stick them into an envelope. That's another thing that makes me happy. I bought like 300 envelopes today. And one of my most favorite seeds that I've collected recently has to be my black peony poppy. And these are very exotic and beautiful. It's these large fist-sized blooms that grow like maybe 3 feet tall, the stalk, and then they're like a frilly poppy and they're just absolutely gorgeous. And I got these, and I'm very, very happy. And I'd say I have maybe 2,000 seeds in there. You can see, ooh, so many. So that's awesome. I have my Regina Spektor lyrics. I have some things that I've drawn, to-do lists, things that I want to get done just in general in life. Not like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of thing, but like a get it done. Over here, you probably can't see because it's so faint, but I have my Jerkosaurus that my friend drew for me at vegan burger dinner. And yes, everything makes me happy right now, honestly. I have my melon seeds Ooh, they're drying out right now. And yes, 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 yes. I have my button maker. Do you want to see one of my prized possessions? I will show you. Here it is. Oh god, it's so heavy. This is my button maker and I love it. It has already paid for itself. I had a job making buttons one time. I made about 1,000 and that paid for it. Ooh. And it weighs, I'm really bad at guessing weight, but I'm going to say 20 pounds. And so I like to sit in bed and do my little, I do about 30 of these on each side. And it starts to burn after like the 5th one, so it's a really nice workout, and I will just do that while I'm watching TV or checking the internet, and it's a nice little tip. My other tip would be, while you're brushing your teeth in the morning, do squats in the bathroom. Don't let it consume all of your focus so that you, the cat just came in. Oh, what was I saying? Consume focus. Don't start brushing your teeth really hard, you know, and like you're aggravated with them. Just continue to do it normally, but also do squats, and that will get like maybe 30-40 reps in, and you will love it. What? Also, I guess that's about it. I'm just in a goofy mood, you know? I think it might be this hood. It's kind of ridiculous. It's giant. So, yep, that's what's going on with me. What's going on with you? I can't really hear you. I guess you could write a comment if you feel like it, or make a response video if you're super, super dedicated. Everything's nice. I have some planter boxes in my window right up there, and they're beautiful. I have succulents going and a little miniature tree. And, oh, my apples! Do you want to see my apples? Yes, of course you do. Okay. Hang tight. Oh. Hooray! Do you remember these little guys from like a month ago? If you were on homesteading, you probably saw me post about them. I got 2 beautiful apples growing, and then one funky one that I don't have the heart to kill, but it's obviously never going to be a successful apple tree. It's like hanging off the side and the leaves didn't develop. It's like, ugh, don't say that, it's really offensive, but it's like the one that has Down syndrome. But these ones are very luscious, and I'm excited for them to grow bigger. I'm going to separate them soon, put them into a bigger thing. But yeah, look at that. Ooh, apple tree. In 10 years, I'm going to have apples. Also, my fig tree almost died, you guys. Yeah, it's the fig tree that I got at the farmer's market. It was randomly growing in this palm. There's like this, I think it's a date palm right by the farmer's market that I go to, and I had always noticed that there was this beautiful little fig tree that somehow miraculously managed to grow out of one of the like shingles, palm shingles. That's probably not the word, but you know how the things that you could climb if you wanted to on the thing on the trunk. I guess a pigeon had a fig, and it pooped a fig, and a fig managed to grow. And I respected that fig tree so much, and I liked to look at it every time I went there. And then, I had contemplated taking it, and then I thought, who am I to mess with this tree, this like resilient tree that managed to grow on its own without any intervention or care. And I felt like it wasn't my place to disturb it, But I was at the farmer's market with my friends, and they, took me aside and they said, Laura, this tree has no future. It's not going to have root space. It's not going to get the nutrients it needs. Like, it doesn't even have soil. How is it going to keep growing in this fig tree? Like, you should just take it. Go ahead. And I thought to myself, they're right, and I really wanted it. So I dug it out, put it in a large pot, and proceeded to watch it lose all of its leaves. And it got progressively worse and pale and just pathetic looking, and I wanted to cry. I think I might have cried because I was heartbroken that I had taken this tree, against my better judgment, but just because I wanted it, and, I had condemned it to death. And I looked online, and it said that fig trees have like a 30% success rate when you transplant them. They really don't like it. They don't like their roots being messed with. And I thought, this is it. And I resigned myself to losing the fig tree. And I had this fantasy of 20 years from now I would have figs, and I would remember that day of collecting it, and it was supposed to be like this beautiful thing, and I had just ruined it, and killed something in the process. And I held out hope. I took some banana I was eating, and it was very brown. It had been like squashed in my bag or something, and I put it in the soil near the trunk. And I don't know if it was the banana, but about a week, 2 weeks later, the tiny little leaf buds continued to grow and get bigger. And even though it had lost all of its major leaves, um, it was no longer bare, and they were coming in, and it was getting stronger by the day. And it's outside right now, and it's very healthy looking. And I maybe credit the banana, maybe my love got through to it. I don't know, but I'm just so happy to have that fig tree. I can't tell you. I love things like that, like things that hold a story. And, in 10 years, I will have that fig tree, and maybe it'll make figs for me, and I'll love it even more then. Da-da-da. What else do I have? I got herbs today. I went to this garden that I love that's by the lake, and it's kind of like it's like a community garden that's meant for the school, but the school's out for summer, so the garden is in total disarray. And I saw the overgrown rosemary bushes, and they had mint and basil and oregano and thyme and parsley, and I gathered bunches of it, and I took it home to juice some of it. I'm going to dry some of it. I'm going to make a tea from some of it, and it's gorgeous. They're like these beautiful purple sage leaves, and I love herbs. So that's about it. Those are the things that are making me happy right now. I don't think there's anything else. Is there anything else? I have so much stuff over here. I could show you everything. I have my vitamins. I love them. I have my cranberry extract that I take to keep my urinary situation on track. I don't think I've ever had a UTI, but maybe it's because of this little dude. It's very tart and enjoyable. I have my watches. Do you love them? Thank you. Oh, God. I have my ukulele that I don't know how to play because I am not musical, but I keep trying. I keep, hoping that something will happen. It doesn't happen. I have my microscope. I have my thread, my paintbrushes, my little birdie. This is cute. You guys want to see this? Do you love him? I love him. This sits usually on my planter box up there, but I guess he's fallen. What else? I guess you're probably not interested. Then why are you watching? It's been like 12 minutes already. You should be getting out of here. It's not going to get more interesting, I promise. But I've showed you most things. Yep. Anyway, this is what my good mood looks like. I get very talkative and excited over trivial things. Happy is happy, right? So hope you had a great day. And I hope that the next time you see a homeless lady and you have a banana with you, I hope that you share it. Because that is what I did, and it made her really, really happy. And guess what? You can't buy drugs with a banana. So if that's your excuse typically, that's out the door. And, what's today? It's Tuesday. I think it's the 8th. Might be the 7th. It is the 7th. It is not the 8th tomorrow. That means I did 1 week of raw August before succumbing to the call of the garbanzo bean. I did fall off the wagon. I guess I should mention that in the post. I got through a week of it. I decided that I could not afford to eat healthy enough, and maybe that's a cop-out. I'm sorry. You can watch my video from yesterday if you want to see me like mulling it over. Should I not? And bleh, don't. I take it back. Don't even go over there. It's just a waste of time. But I'm going to continue to eat well, as much produce as I can, manage to incorporate, but I am going to have some quinoa once in a while. I am going to go ahead and, soak black beans and eat them and have peanut butter. I'm sorry, I want it. It's still vegan. I mean, if there's a silver lining, it's not that I'm like reverting to my 8-year-old self. I'm just going back a few months ago. So, much love to you. Let me know how you're doing. I do want to know. I care. I like you guys. You guys make me happy. I wake up and I read your comments, and it's wonderful. And If you're not a fan of homesteading, you should be. And if you're not in the seed swap, you should be. And yes, 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 yes. If you're not a fan of marriage equality, you should be. If you're not flossing your teeth, you should be. If you're not telling the people who are important around you that they're important and you love them, you should be, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And maybe it means more to them than you'll ever know. And you should be treating your body well, treating those around you well, getting enough sleep, not drinking so much, maybe. Yeah. Coming from someone who drinks like twice a year. I'm like a grandmother. I've realized that. I'm like this old lady who is boring and a homebody, and nobody should ever like me. I don't know how I have friends. I don't know how I date. Like, I'm incredibly boring. Oh my god. Someday I will meet some grandpa who likes seeds and sitting around and playing chess and watching movies, and who doesn't like the club and doesn't appreciate the drunken peer. And yes. Until then, I'm fine being a single lady, and I'm fine with my cat and my rabbit. I've let Henry go. Henry was my little mouse that my cat brought me. This video is so friggin' long. Tea Tree came to me one day, and she dropped a mouse right on the floor, and it was scurrying around. She kept catching it, picking it up, dropping it in the corner, and I shooed her away and chastised her, and miraculous, like, it's so weird, she hadn't hurt it at all. Like, it wasn't punctured, it wasn't squashed. She just wanted to play with it, I think. So I'm grateful that I have a cat who seems to be, like, involved in compassionate animal rights lifestyle. But I kept him. I was hoping that he would become tame. I couldn't bear the thought of releasing him and then having him be run over by a car or, you know, trapped in someone else's house, like in a mousetrap. And I fed him. He never quite warmed up to me. I tried to play with him a few times, and he bit me and made me bleed. So after a few months, I decided if he didn't want to be here, I didn't want to keep him prisoner, and I let him go. But I still have the cat, still have the bun, and they are both fabulous. And I'm gonna go paint. I'm thinking about making a crochet video for you guys, making a hat, because I can do a hat in like an hour if I'm, you know, focused up. So I'm gonna do that. Thinking a sewing tutorial. I want to do the oil press video. I want to show you guys how to make raw vegan ice cream with bananas. And I'd like to do a juicing video. I'd like to do a carpentry how-to on how to make your own compost bin out of recycled pallets. I want to do more seed-saving videos, and I'd like to start doing some cooking segments. So that's the direction that I want to take. If you like any of those more than others, you can tell me which ones. If you have your own ideas, you can tell me. I love your ideas. I love to hear from you. The 18 minutes is more than enough. Blah.